Extreme Motors.
You're watching WYZZ News at 9, Central Illinois' only high-definition newscast. We are your local weather authority, and we start with your forecast first.
Good evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates. Just an absolutely beautiful day out there. Hard to beat these temperatures that were in the upper 70s and lower 80s. Here in Peoria, we would top out at 81 degrees. Currently, temperatures have fallen back into the 60s and 70s. We're 71 in Peoria, 69 degrees in Galesburg, and 71 in Bloomington Normal. For tomorrow, we'll start off with more sunshine. Clouds begin to filter on in through the afternoon, but temperatures are right back in the 80s. But when will the rain return? I'll have that answer and more coming up, but your news starts right now.
Is really important for that pedestrian experience and getting people moving from one part of the riverfront to the next.
Tonight at 9, more developments in Peoria's warehouse district, why city leaders and developers are what they are bringing downtown. Thanks for joining us. I'm Paul Cicchini. Maria Chandler has the night off. Another developer is ready to take on the warehouse district, this time tackling the Murray Building on Walnut Street. It's a story we first told you about last night. WYCC's Hannah Hilliard takes us inside and on top of the building to get a closer look at those construction plans. It's our top story tonight at 9.
I am standing on top of the Murray Building right now, where you can see the entire warehouse district behind me, where this building is about to be a part of that renewal.
I've always loved this building. It's such an iconic structure.
And that's why Mike Chahowski and D1 Development are ready for this project. They plan on having the first floor be all retail or commercial, keeping Rodell's Brewery as the anchor.
And then we're going to have a mix of commercial on the upper floors and residential,
with a minimum of 32 units, and then a rooftop garden to top it all off. It's something Chahowski has wanted to do for a long time and has gotten the Murray family on board.
Really nice to be able to work with a family like the Murray family and to help continue their legacy in Peoria.
Which is exactly what the city was hoping for.
It's kind of strategically located between downtown and the warehouse district.
The city has been working for more than 7 years to get the district up and running.
Sometimes in economic development, you can work really hard and not have a lot of lot tangible to show.
Assistant City Manager Chris Setti says it's beginning to show, and he says hopefully the Murray Building, along with some other projects, are just the start. Now they hope to have this construction started by this summer and then completely finished by the end of next. In Peoria, Hannah Hilliard, WYZZ News.
Setti also says local developers, along with out-of-towners, are showing more and more interest in different buildings in the district. A big debate on Capitol Hill right now centers around whether to pass trade agreements with Pacific nations. Illinois Senator Mark Kirk stopped in Peoria to share his side of things. Kirk supports the so-called Trans-Pacific Partnership, or TPP. He says it's an integral part of the state and country's economy. Today, he toured the ADM plant in Peoria, talking with agricultural professionals about the importance of trade. They say they're on board with trade expansion.
Whether the products exported, which we're highlighting today, are used by local livestock feeders to feed livestock that eventually is exported, all of those things feed into the importance of why trade is such a key ingredient for profitability for Illinois agriculture.
Despite support from President Obama, many Democrats, including Senator Dick Durbin, are opposed to the trade deal on the table. Some fear more American jobs would be exported as well. Caterpillar is among the companies supporting that Trans-Pacific Partnership. Republican presidential candidate Rand Paul says drug laws are putting too many young black men in prison for nonviolent offenses. Senator Paul campaigning on the south side of Chicago today. He says the nonviolent drug crimes are signs of a spiritual hunger, a lack of support in ghetto communities. While in Chicago, Paul is leading a forum on what he calls liberal policies that failed to improve schools, courts, or economic opportunity. New tonight at 9, former Texas Governor Rick Perry making a stop in Peoria today, speaking at the GOP Lincoln Day dinner. WYZZ's Jacob Peklo was at tonight's event. He joins us now in studio. So, Jacob, we understand you were not able to speak with the former governor. Why not?
Well, you see, Paul, Perry is really booking himself tight these days. Before he spoke at the dinner, he was up in Chicago campaigning there. For someone who still hasn't formally declared that he's going to be in this race, well, he's sure acting like a serious candidate. The Pierre Marquette was packed tonight with people interested in the former Texas governor's viewpoint. He finally took the stage around 7:30 and preached job growth, securing the borders in America, and putting a lot of power back into the hands of the states. Now, leaders of the Republican Party here in Peoria County say the state can learn a lot from Perry, even if he doesn't necessarily secure that Republican nomination.
We can hopefully learn and exemplify what they've been able to do in Texas and getting their financial house in order through doing the right things and running a government like a business is run.
Now, Perry's expected to make his formal announcement on June 4th just outside of Dallas. If tonight is any indicator, though, you can bet he'll be throwing his hat into the ring very soon and at that time on the 4th. We reached out to the county Democrats tonight, and they say they don't believe Perry is a serious candidate and that he has already alienated his own party. Paul?
Thanks, Jacob. Speaking of Republicans running for president, after months of speculation, Rick Santorum is making it official again. The former Pennsylvania senator announced he is running for the Republican nomination in 2016.
I am proud to stand here among you and for you, the American workers who have sacrificed so much, to announce that I am running for President of the United States.
Santorum launched his campaign today at a factory in the blue-collar town of Cabot, Pennsylvania. This will be the second run for the White House for him. He made a surprisingly strong bid for the GOP nomination back in 2012 before conceding in the spring to Mitt Romney. A federal judge is ordering the State Department to start releasing emails from Hillary Clinton's private server. The release would involve around 30,000 messages. The judge ruled the first emails should be released on June 30th. The releases would continue every 30 days until January 2016. Clinton has been under scrutiny for using a private email server during her time as Secretary of State. She told reporters last week she wants those emails released as soon as possible. Almost 300 emails regarding the 2012 attack on Americans in Benghazi, Libya, were released last week. WYZZ is your local election headquarters, and now counties in the 18th Congressional District are getting ready for the upcoming special primary election. Early voting starts tomorrow. In Peoria County, this will be the first election with a combined city and county commission. It might make life a little easier for you, the voter, but for those running the election, there are still some final touches to be made. Regardless, low turnout is expected for the primary.
That's kind of what we're expecting, is that 15 to 20% turnout. We're hoping at least to get that kind of turnout for the primary and the general election.
To vote early, you can go to the Election Commission office on Adams Street, but that's not all. There will be other locations lined up in the next couple of weeks. You can find a link to those on our website, ciproud.com. The state budget and Governor Rauner's turnaround agenda still the main topics in Springfield. Lawmakers have a budget plan, and as expected, not everyone's on board. That's in large part because the plan does not come close to balancing the budget. It falls short by $4 billion. It's a fight playing out with less than a week left in the spring session. Republican Senator Jason Barackman took time out today to discuss what he says needs to be done.
We've put our reforms on the table. We've compromised to put those reforms there. We've got no response from the Democrats. And so here we are. We're in the final week, and we hope that common sense will prevail and that the Democrats will adopt some of the reforms that we're suggesting, but the clock's ticking.
Some Democrats argue this plan may fall short, but they say it's better than the governor's proposal. Patients with kidney failure who could lose their Medicaid funding under Governor Rauner's proposed budget making one last plea to lawmakers. It's a story out of our Capitol newsroom tonight. More than 5,000 kidney dialysis patients in Illinois pay for treatment with Medicaid reimbursements. In 2013, dialysis providers received a 40% cut in funding, but were promised $60 per treatment would be reinstated. Rauner's proposed budget does not provide those dollars. The cuts alone total more than $13 million. Additional proposed cuts to treatment and transplants could total another $16 million.
In the long run, that could mean reducing hours of operation and possibly even closing our doors, which would directly affect all of the patients that we serve.
House Democrats passed a human services budget yesterday that would keep Medicaid funding at its current levels, but that bill still needs to go through the Senate. A story we've been following for you. Peoria School District 150 has bigger financial concerns than it first thought. At its board meeting last night, members learned the district is another $1.4 million in debt, bringing the total to around $4.3 million. It's too late to do anything this year, but the changes will roll into next year. District officials recommend a number of cuts which could save the district more than $9 million. But they will keep Woodruff Schools and the Knoxville Center open, bringing the remaining savings to about $7 million.
It will take more than 1 year to solve this budget deficit. It would be too draconian if we actually tried to do it all in 1 year. So, but we do need to make some progress in 16 and 17.
They say the final budget for next year needs to be set by August. The district says it will work to gradually reduce its deficit over the next several years. There's a generation feeling left out of this digital world, but tonight's CI Hero is making sure everyone can keep up with the always changing technology. The death toll continues to rise after severe storms in the south. A look at the search, rescue, and recovery efforts underway.
You're watching WYZZ News at 9 with Maria Chandler, Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates, and Kurt Pegler with sports. This is WYZZ News at 9.
East Peoria on the Storm Tracker Skycam Network, brought to you by Borsberry Law Offices.
Huge Memorial Day savings all month long at Green Ford. Save $7,800 off a 2014 Focus, $14,000 off our 2014 Expeditions, or how about a 2015 Fusion or Escape with $6,000 off and $11,000 off now on the 2015 F-150 and F-250. Huge Memorial Day savings all month long at Green Ford. Nobody beats a Green Ford deal except maybe a green lease. You gotta go to Green.
The traditional 25th anniversary gift? Silver. The 40th anniversary? Rubies. Guess what we're giving as we celebrate our 45th? Huge savings on a summer's worth of fun. Dive into 45 at The Great Escape, where you save up to 45% on beautiful patio collections from the biggest brands. Plus, buy any dining collection and get an umbrella absolutely free. Don't miss rugs, fire pits, grills, and more. Thanks for 45 great summers.
Escape your everyday. Shop The Great Escape.
We travel to connect those places separated by distance. Sometimes we measure this distance in miles, other times by the markers of our history. And then there are those journeys we take to connect the greatest distance of all, the expanse between two souls, held together by the hands of time. Find something more in Illinois.
Lynn Chevrolet Buick proudly salutes man's best friend's best friend, the Chevy Silverado. Your tailgate troubadour and protector of the passenger seat can smell a great deal miles away, like the ones at Lynn Chevrolet Buick. Right now, you can save $10,100 on this new Silverado pickup. Follow the nose that knows a great deal to the big trucks and little prices at Lynn Chevrolet Buick or online at lynnchevroletbuick.com.
You're watching WYZZ News at 9.
New details tonight about the death of a McLean County employee. John Henniges died of blunt trauma and asphyxia in an elevator shaft at the Law and Justice Center. The coroner's preliminary report says a visitor at the courthouse told an employee they had dropped something down the elevator shaft, and it's possible Henniges was in the basement trying to get it. The elevator will remain closed until investigators, State Fire Marshal and Department of Labor are complete. A woman is facing charges in East Peoria after being arrested on prostitution charges this morning. Police were investigating Asian Body Works after receiving complaints workers were offering customers sex in exchange for cash. Police arrested 41-year-old Ming Zong after they say she solicited an undercover cop. Police are searching for the people who broke stained glass windows at a church in Peoria. It happened over the weekend at Mount Calvary Lutheran Church. 6 of the windows were damaged with some pieces broken off. Church says this is not the first time the church has gone through this. It happened about 5 years or so ago, and they say kids in the neighborhood are to blame. Ford drivers, listen up. Your car could be among thousands of recalls. The Detroit automaker recalling 423,000 cars and SUVs because of issues with power steering. Vehicles under the recall include the 2011 through 2013 Taurus and Flex, Lincoln MKS and MKT, 2011 and 12 Fusion and Lincoln MKZ, and the 2011 Mercury Milan. Ford says electric power steering could be lost, which increases the risk of a crash. 6 people are dead after flooding in Houston. In all, this week's severe weather has claimed more than 30 lives across Texas, Oklahoma, and Mexico. The threat of bad weather isn't over, with new tornado watches in 5 states. Jan Pomerantz shows us some of the Texas destruction.
Flood warnings remain in effect in parts of Texas. Rescuers are still searching for missing flood survivors, but their focus may soon shift to a recovery effort.
Right now, we are still in search mode. Every time that it rains, that poses a problem for our guys on the ground down there.
San Marcos emergency management officials say they are expanding their search grid for those missing. and they will use organized volunteers to cover that new ground.
That's got to be a coordinated effort. We do not need any more anybody hurt.
Among the missing, a mother and 2 children whose cabin washed away.
It's quite a shock to us, and also the friends that were with them. They were all close friends, and their families are hurting, and it's really a tragic situation.
More than 11 inches fell in some parts of Houston within 24 hours. On this road, many cars were forced to drive over the median to avoid flooded areas. Other drivers, not so lucky. The body of one man was found in this truck. Investigators say the 31-year-old was apparently unaware of the high water. His death prompted new warnings for drivers to avoid low-lying areas. Reporting in Central Texas, I'm Jan Pomerantz.
Chris, it's hard to see that damage down south, but much better up here.
Absolutely. The weather has been a bit quieter, and thankfully for us, it's going to remain that way for at least a few more days. But we'll show you what else was going on in the south earlier today and let you know what we can expect here in the coming days. Don't go away. Your forecast is next.
The Steak and Shake half-price happy hour is upon us. One must train to awaken at 2 a.m. for hand-dipped milkshakes.
But there's another one during the day, between 2 and 5 p.m.
Happy hour just got happier. Get half-price shakes now from 2 to 5 at Steak and Shake.
Ford is taking the EcoBoost Challenge all across America. Now it's your turn.
Here we go. To know that the F-150 has the EcoBoost, I'm saving fuel, but I'm not losing any of the power.
The 2014 F-150s are going fast. Don't miss your last chance to get a great deal.
Ford is towing it so easily. I love the Ford. I like to drive it all the way home.
Get a 2014 F-150 with 0 for 60 plus 1,500 trade assist, or get 6,000 cash savings plus 1,250 bonus cash plus 1,500 trade assist.
With an 11% rebate on everything, Menards gives you the freedom to save on anything you choose, including sale prices. This 3-in-1 gas mower is only $219. Plus, with an additional 11% rebate, it's only $194.91. Get this 24-inch electric hedge trimmer, $59.99. Plus, with an additional 11% rebate, it's only $53.39. That's savings on top of savings. Hurry in now because Menards has an 11% rebate on everything.
Save big money at Menards.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
Peoria on the Storm Tracker Skycam network, brought to you by KBL Design Center. The Storm Tracker Skycam network, brought to you by Parker Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac.
Now, your local weather authority, WYZZ Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates.
Well, thank you for sticking with us. Hard to beat the beautiful weather we saw today. It was a little muggy early on, but some drier air has certainly pushed on in, and now it is comfortable. 71 degrees here in Peoria, that humidity up to 63%. Winds are blowing lightly out of the east-northeast at 3 miles per hour. But elsewhere across central Illinois, temperatures into the upper 60s and lower 70s. Peoria and Bloomington, both the warm spot currently. Temperatures into the lower 70s, but 69 in Peru Lake and cooling off a bit down to 64. But pretty quiet across the area. High pressure building in, keeping skies mostly clear. Meanwhile, more showers and thunderstorms, plenty of which were severe across the Central Plains and High Plains earlier today. In fact, we have our very own Rachel Kay out chasing in southern Kansas and northern parts of Oklahoma earlier today. Look at all these tornado reports coming in southwestern parts of Kansas. And this was a photo from Rachel when she was out storm chasing on her little vacation. A nice tornado near Sublette, Kansas. And some of the best news about chasing out in the southern plains, nobody really lives out there. A lot of open land and a great spot to spot tornadoes. But certainly some more scary weather ongoing this evening. That will continue for those folks. For us, we're going to get a nice day on the way for tomorrow. High pressure keeping us quiet now, but we are tracking the next cold front. This system is not coming from the southwest. It is coming from the Canadian Rockies. So with that will come a punch of some cooler air. Cold front begins to push in as we head into Friday. We'll still be warm Friday. Temperatures into the 80s. Showers and thunderstorms then develop along and behind that cold front. And then heading into Saturday, it gets much cooler. But as for tonight, temperatures into the upper 50s and lower 60s. 62 degrees in Peoria under mostly clear skies. For tomorrow, a lot of sunshine out there in the morning, but then watch out for the afternoon clouds coming in from the west. Not expecting any showers, though. We should be dry through tomorrow. But look at these temperatures right back into the mid-80s for many. Peoria 85, Bloomington normal coming in at 83. We'll see low to mid-80s to our north and even down to our south and west. Allergy levels are going to remain elevated through about Friday, then drop off a little bit heading into the weekend. It'll drop off quite a bit because we have some cooler temperatures and even some moisture working its way into central Illinois. Friday, scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially by mid to late afternoon. That'll carry over through Saturday morning, but temperatures dropping into the upper 60s, a high of 68 degrees on Saturday. Sunday only 65, but then heading into next week, it is certainly looking a bit drier with temperatures warming back up into the 70s and 80s. But by the middle part of the week, we may have to introduce at least a slight chance for a few hit and miss showers. Paul, so stay tuned. We'll update that forecast as needed.
No, I don't have a big problem with it not being so warm right now because it's not quite summer.
It's not quite summer
right?
yet. Right, not yet.
Meteorological summer yet?
Not yet.
We're getting close,
We're
though.
getting
so
close.
Soon the temperatures will stay warm.
That's right.
Right? All right.
Hopefully, yeah.
I hope so, too. All right, thanks. We'll be right back.
Hey, Central Illinois, Clay and Lindsay here. Join us for the 2015 Midwest League All-Star Game and Home Run Derby, June 23rd at Dozer Park.
See some of the top prospects in Major League Baseball right here in Peoria.
Get your tickets now at PeoriaChiefs.com.
Midwest League All-Star Game at Dozer Park, a great night for baseball.
Be a good neighbor to Washington during Good Neighbor Days, May 27th through the 31st. Discover white tigers. Join the boat drunks for a beach party. Sing along with Julie Kay during family night. All this and more during Good Neighbor Days. Brought to you by SEFCU.
Take that easy money-saving drive to Sam Lehman of Morton for the Drive and Discover event. Right now at Sam Lehman of Morton, get a brand new 2015 Ram Quad Cab 4-door for just $23,990. Plus, at Sam Lehman of Morton, you can drive a brand new minivan for only $17,990 or $259 per month with zero down. Or 2015 Jeeps, now only $13,990 or $199 per month with zero down. But only at the #1 Ram dealer in Illinois. Sam Lehman of Morton.
Hey, Illinois drivers, I need your help to make our roads as safe as possible. For starters, cars and trucks, please be extra careful when driving next to each other. Whoa! Also, if your phone isn't hands-free, it's illegal to use when driving in Illinois.
So drop it and drive.
And remember, when you see orange signs, look for the unexpected. Something ahead could result in a crash. See orange, slow down, save lives. Together, we can make zero fatalities a reality. Always drive safely and embrace the orange.
Now is the time to save at Ray Dennison Chevrolet in Pekin during Ray Dennison's huge Memorial Day sales event. Save big on all cars, trucks, and SUVs. Save over $4,500 on select new Malibus. Or lease a new Equinox for only $249 a month with no money down. And save up to $10,000 on a new Silverado Crew Cab. Don't miss great savings during Ray Dennison's huge Memorial Day sales event going on now at Ray Dennison Chevrolet in Pekin and RayDennisonChevy.com. Central Illinois' #1 volume Chevrolet dealer.
Normal on the Storm Tracker Skycam Network. Brought to you by Cook's Auto Body.
You're watching WYZZ News at 9.
From Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to smartphones and tablets, it's hard for some to keep up with the ever-changing world of technology. But this week's CI Hero is offering his patience to help. WYZZ's Maria Chandler shares his story.
In a world of constantly being online and plugged in, one group is feeling a little left out, but one organization is making sure they stay connected. And the dedication and patience of its leader is making them our CI heroes. 88-year-old Marilyn Setterland has 5 kids and a dozen grandkids and great-grandkids, but she's having a hard time keeping up with them.
The children are talking about Facebook and all the cute pictures on it, and I'm not getting to see them.
She doesn't really know how to use her computer or the internet.
I was on it, and now I can't get on it, and I don't know what I've done, but anyway, I'm going to try.
Mark Aaron is the computer instructor at Goodwill.
Let's try this here.
He helps Marilyn and lots of other people 55 plus learn how to take advantage of technology.
I like helping people out. I like that warm fuzzy you get when someone finally, gets something that they deserve, or they finally grasp onto what it is they're learning.
His job comes with one requirement.
Our leader, Mark here, and his assistant are just a godsend. They're so patient with my age group people, and sometimes we don't comprehend it. I sometimes tell people, well, I can hear you, but it takes longer to get it in here.
For Mark, it's easy. Even though it takes extra time, he says he's teaching more than where to point the mouse or Microsoft Word.
Session today was on internet security, and I kind of gave them some websites they could go to stay safe, find out how to stay safe.
He's helping this population stay close with their families.
I just want to get back on Facebook and maybe Google.
To be in touch with friends and especially family, because they're all working with computers.
And stay a strong and productive part of their Central Illinois communities. The 55 plus class is free. It meets every other Friday, and you can learn things like email, the internet, and how to create documents. Well, we'll put all of that information on our website. Remember, if you have a hero you'd like to nominate, send me their information to ciheroes@wmbd.com.
Thanks, Maria. Being forgetful as our hair goes gray doesn't mean we're losing it, and being absent-minded is part of normal aging.
The middle-aged brain becomes more distracted, so it's harder for us to focus on tuning out irrelevant information.
The good news for a healthy brain, it won't get worse as you get older. Our brains shrink as we age, but the information you're trying to remember hasn't been lost. It just takes longer to recall. But there's something you can do to help.
Staying physically active and mentally active and engaged. Constantly learning helps the brain keep developing new pathways, and existing pathways get crisper and sharper, and information travels down those pathways a little faster.
Now, they say you should also get organized, make lists, look at your schedule, and put things like your keys in a designated place. Indictments and arrests. A look at why some of the leaders of soccer's governing body are in trouble with the Justice Department. Still ahead.
This portion of WYZZ News at 9 brought to you by ICPR.
Not everyone is destined to be an elite athlete, but for those with chronic knee pain, performing even the simplest task can be a challenge. Thankfully, ICPR has a solution. Proven up to 90% effective, ICPR's knee arthritis program delivers medicine to the exact point it's needed most. Now you can play harder, run faster, live fuller.
Limit the pain, not the activity. There's nothing like your natural knee.
Call for a free consultation.
It only happens once a year. It only lasts a limited time. The Honda Memorial Day Sales Event. All Honda models, all with remarkable Memorial Day savings. Like a new Civic for only $149 a month, or get 0.9% financing. Get up and go. The Honda Memorial Day Sales Event ends May 31st, so hurry to your Central Illinois Honda dealer or visit centralilhondadealers.com today.
When shopping for a car, are you tired of finding that the dealer's salaried sales staff knows nothing about the cars they're selling? Tired of the no-hassle game? Come meet the sales staff at Brad Barker Honda in Bloomington. We are professional, knowledgeable, and motivated to earn your business. Brad Barker Honda will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you want, and we'll pay top dollar for your trade. Brad Barker Honda, a great place to buy your next vehicle.
Here's a tough weather question for Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates. What should you do when a tornado warning is issued?
Seek shelter in a sturdy building. You'll want to get to the lowest floor of that building, preferably a basement. But if you don't have a basement, seek shelter on the lowest floor of the building in an interior room, such as a bathroom or a closet.
Your local weather authority is Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates on WYZZ News at 9.
There's a difference in severe weather coverage. Try us and see for yourself.
You're watching WYZZ News at 9.
Several officials from soccer's international governing organization have been arrested on corruption charges and are awaiting extradition to the U.S. Fox's Amy Kellogg explains how it all went down.
7 of international soccer's most powerful executives were roused from their beds in a 5-star Swiss hotel first thing this morning and arrested, part of a massive U.S. investigation into widespread bribery in world soccer's ruling body, FIFA. The U.S. Attorney General said those arrested had grossly failed in their duty to keep soccer accessible to all.
They held important responsibilities at every level, from building soccer fields for children in developing countries to organizing the World Cup. They were expected to uphold the rules that keep soccer honest and to protect the integrity of the game. Instead, they corrupted the business of worldwide soccer to serve their interests and to enrich themselves.
The officials gathered in Zurich to elect their next president were arrested along with 7 others indicted, including sports marketing agents and individuals. Some had already pleaded guilty. Only one of those individuals and one marketing company were American, but U.S. financial institutions were used to move and mask the money, so Washington is leading up the investigation.
If you touch our shores with your corrupt enterprise, whether that is through meetings or through using our world-class financial system, you will be held accountable for that corruption.
And they dodged taxes on the money they allegedly skimmed. The IRS today called FIFA the World Cup of fraud. The case involves $150 million in bribes. The lion's share was around the Copa America, a tournament to be held for the first time in the U.S. in 2016. Some bribes were connected with South Africa's successful bid for the 2010 World Cup. The charges stretch back decades. 3 of those arrested are in their 80s. 6 have said they will fight extradition. In London, Amy Kellogg, Fox News.
FIFA has long been accused of corruption, and its spokesman said it's in its own interests to clean house. The Swiss are leading a separate investigation into the awarding of the 2018 and 2022 World Cup contracts to Russia and Qatar. The Bradley baseball team is heading to the NCAA championship, and this afternoon fans gathered to give them a proper send-off. It's the team's first time in the championship tournament since 1968. They were the last team announced during the selection on Monday. Today, we caught up with Teresa Resnick, whose son is a pitcher. She kept other parents from California to Colorado to Minnesota all updated on today's festivities in Peoria. She says they're all as excited as the team.
It's an overall thrill for us as a group of parents, and especially to see our boys just, hit levels they never thought they could ever hit before or achieve, and it's been fabulous.
The team will play the University of Michigan on Friday. Resnick says all the parents will be there to cheer them to victory. But that's not all. Kurt Pegler will have much more later in sports. The Morton basketball team taking pride in Central Illinois, surprising just about everyone with the amount of money raised in a unique dribbling fundraiser. The Game Ball Run has raised $100,000 in the last 3 years, $50,000 this year alone. It's all for Children's Hospital of Illinois. Now the hospital is surprising these athletes with an award in their honor. Now back in the winter, the team dribbled basketballs inside a gym instead of along I-74. That was because of the weather. They were just trying to carry on that tradition of this annual fundraising event. All right, Chris, another beautiful day to get outside. Tomorrow?
I think we're going to keep it rolling, Paul. Well, I'll stop now, right? Temperatures in the 80s, and I think we're going to get to enjoy the 80s at least for a few more days. But rain is on the way. I'll have that full weather forecast and more coming up next. Don't go away.
Get 2 sausage burritos and one of these medium drinks for just $3.33 at McDonald's.
While Sam's wife was away on business, he had some questions about their son. Like, how warm is too warm? Is a blotchy face normal? Does this sound like a cry for help? All he had to do was call his Unity Point Clinic 24/7. Our coordinated care team will determine how serious the situation is and give answers you can trust. Sam's comfortable with that. So is Sam Jr. Unity Point Clinic. The point of unity is you.
Get into Peoria Zoo, where surprises await. Trek the Asian Trail. What's that? Hiding in the grass. Adventure on and see if danger awaits. What's behind the gate? It must be Australia, where wallabies bound around, and you hear the eerie call of the kookaburra. Get into the Peoria Zoo.
Terry runs a small business, and he always brings more than just a deposit to the bank.
Morning, Terry. Like my new glasses? I'll just put this in the tube. Can I get my change in bows?
So one day, when he told the teller,
I just won $1 million in the lottery.
she just rolled her eyes and said, "Just fill out a deposit slip, hon."
Okay, but I think I'm gonna need a bigger tube.
Well played, Terry. You're living proof that anything's possible.
This portion of WYZZ News at 9 is brought to you by Grossinger Motors.
Get 2 sausage burritos and one of these medium drinks for just $3.33 at McDonald's.
The Storm Tracker Skycam Network, brought to you by Parker Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac.
Now, your local weather authority, WYZZ Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates.
Well, thank you for sticking with us. Just an absolutely beautiful night out there. This is the current view over Bloomington. Not bad. Gaia Roofing really showing us a pretty nice picture currently. We're going to keep things really nice over the next, well, couple of days. High pressure is in. That is going to keep things rolling. In fact, we're going to be looking at really generally quiet weather over the next few days. So right now in Bloomington, it is 71 degrees, humidity at 59%. Winds are out of the north-northeast at 3 miles per hour. Humidity 59%. Now, temperature-wise, into the 70s and 60s. We're 71 degrees in Peoria Lake and coming in at 63. 70 out in Pontiac. And again in Bloomington, normally your temperature's in the lower 70s. But Storm Tracker, skies remaining mostly clear. Currently, we're not expected to see much in the way of any rainfall, at least through tomorrow. Now, by Friday, things do certainly begin to change a little bit because we are tracking that next weather system, which is still well off to our northwest. But tomorrow, we'll see some mid and high-level clouds increasing ahead of that storm system. But notice where this cold front is. It's coming from the Canadian Rockies. With that, much cooler temperatures working in, not on Friday, but on Saturday. On Friday, we're still ahead of the cold front. For the most part, it does begin to work through Friday night. And with that, we'll see widely scattered showers and even some thunderstorms. Not looking at much severe weather, but with a front in the area, we could certainly see a strong storm or two with heavy rain, small hail, and gusty winds. But on Saturday, this is the setup. High pressure really begins to bring us some cool air coming in from the north. We've seen temperatures, highs only in the 60s through our weekend. The mild weather, all those nice 70s and 80s, they'll all be pushed southward. So unfortunately, if you're into the 80s, get your kick out of it, get it all out of the way before Friday, because bring out a sweatshirt. You're going to be needing it on Saturday. Could be looking at some morning rain showers, but that activity will also begin to push southward as we go through our day. So at least the sun should be shining by mid to late afternoon on Saturday. So as for tonight, it'll be dry, it'll be cool, comfortable, 62 here in Peoria. For tomorrow, we'll start off with mostly clear skies. A few clouds begin to work in from the west by mid to late afternoon, but no showers and thunderstorms. I think we're going to stay high and dry with high pressure still dominating the forecast for tomorrow. So temperatures right back into the low to mid 80s out there. Lake in 83, 83 in Bloomington. Here in Peoria, down towards Savannah and down towards Lincoln. Temperatures mainly around 85 degrees, so it will be a little warm. Now, as for tomorrow, we'll break it down for you. Morning sunshine giving way to afternoon clouds, mainly those mid and high level clouds that are pushing in from some of those severe storms well off to the west. And then our chances for storms begins to increase on Friday. The temperatures don't drop off, though, until Saturday. That's when our high temperatures retreat back into the mid to upper 60s with a chance for some morning rain showers. On Sunday, at this point, it is looking dry. Skies will be partly cloudy to mostly sunny. Temperatures holding in the mid 60s. But of course, when we all head back to work on Monday, those temperatures begin to warm back up into the 70s. We should see at least periods of abundant sunshine through the middle part of next week, though some models obviously at least trending towards perhaps a better chance of rain on Wednesday and Thursday. But for now, I'll be optimistic and say we're going to have more sunshine.
Good. I don't think anybody can complain about sunshine even if the temperature falls a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yep, nothing wrong with that. All right, well, if my producer Meg is right, I think when Kurt comes up with sports, he's going to have some good news for you Blackhawks fans out there.
They are off to the NCAA Baseball Regionals. Bradley Braves left today. It's the first time since 1968 Bradley's boarded a bus to head out for the NCAA Baseball Tournament, and the Braves will play Big Ten Tournament champion Michigan in Louisville on Friday. We'll hear from some of the players. Ahead in sports.
CI Heroes, brought to you by CEFCU.
You may be the kind of person that thinks you can only afford a used car. You know, $6,000 car, $150 a month payment. Don't do that. Chevrolet has a lease right now. It's called Sign and Drive. It's limited time, no down payment, no first month's payment. You get it for $147 a month for a brand new loaded Cruze.
Or you can get a 2015 1LT Malibu for just $169 a month, sign and drive. And you still get the Green's Goods package, the $9.95 oil changes, and so much more. You gotta go green.
In January, I had surgery. I had cancer. You can't go through this alone. I felt like the time that I spent here, I really felt like I got my life back. I really credit IPMR, the STAR program, for doing that.
Spend this summer in style, KBL style. From grills to patio furniture, KBL has the largest selection. Stop in today and we'll deliver it tomorrow. Yep, summer is just that easy at KBL.
Why buy a Bob Lindsay Honda?
Why not? Our relationship with Honda provides the widest selection in Central Illinois. Prices for every budget and a staff that doesn't just sell cars but provide real service.
There's more than a car. It's the Honda.
It's called Hawaiian Pineapple, and it's a Good Tequila's Mexican grill. Perfectly ripe pineapple, garden peppers, and of course, sizzling roasted shrimp. Good Tequila's, Mexican food you know, and so much more to get to know.
Hello, Paul. People will come, Paul. Come to Mackinac. They will come down your driveway and find their place. It will be as if they're on vacation, though they never strayed far from home.
You're watching WYZZ News at 9.
A Spirit Airlines flight attendant is in some trouble after a passenger spotted her mini photo shoot, yep, that's right, on the tarmac at Chicago O'Hare Airport. As passengers settled in, some of them watched as these pictures were taken of Erica Page Deal. She was in front of one of the plane's jet engines and then scrunched in front of the turbine blades. This afternoon, a Spirit Airlines executive discussed the incident, saying, quote, "The activity portrayed in the photo absolutely goes against Spirit policy." A Spirit spokesman says the airline will be investigating further and will take appropriate action. One text message, that's all it takes to crash your iPhone. Here's how it works. The text contains specific Latin and Arabic characters. Once it's sent, the receiving iPhone crashes. Now, it will come back on by itself in about 15 seconds, but users say it only disables iMessage until you delete the conversation. So that's the good news. The glitch was discovered by users of the forum website Reddit. Apple says it's working on a fix. Meanwhile, Apple has surpassed Google to become the most valuable brand in the world. That's according to the annual rankings published by research company Brands. Apple's increased in value by 67% over the past year as the company's continued to promote its products globally. Its brand is now valued at, get this, $247 billion. The brand value of Google in at number 2, $174 billion. Others in the top 10 include Microsoft at number 3, AT&T, Verizon, Coca-Cola, and, as you might expect, McDonald's. Your college grad is getting a job, but now they need a wardrobe upgrade. How they can make the change from the classroom to the cubicle.
What happens in your home when everyone is online at once? Does the internet ever slow down?
All the time. I'll be trying to play online and we'll have someone else streaming in the other room.
Well, Xfinity has the fastest and most reliable in-home Wi-Fi. Look how fast this show downloads. Wow.
This is fast.
And who else was on this network? You can see all the stuff they were downloading. Wow. That's really cool.
Get the fastest in-home Wi-Fi with Xfinity Internet, or get started for $19.99 a month for a year. See for yourself. Call 1-800-XFINITY or go online today.
Life is a journey. There's a starting point and an ending point. Between these 2 points, we sometimes lose our way. until the day comes when our travels bring us full circle, returning us to the place where it all started, reminding us why we're on this journey to begin with. Find something more in Illinois.
It's Central Illinois in a higher definition. Breaking news, exclusive investigations, your local weather authority forecast. Find out why more and more people are turning to WYZZ, Central Illinois' only HD News at 9.
Don't miss the Kansas City Royals take on the Chicago Cubs this Saturday at 6 on WYZZ. Brought to you locally by Goodwill. When you donate to Goodwill, people get jobs and you change lives. Together, we're putting our community to work.
You're watching WYZZ News at 9.
The Children's Discovery Museum in Normal will have a bigger impact on kids and their families this summer. That's thanks in large part to 3 grants totaling over $4,000 from the Illinois Prairie Community Foundation and Golden Kiwanis Youth Services. The funds will support the museum's creative arts camps, youth maker nights, and after-school programs.
We are so appreciative for the foundation funds that support the program, and then the kids are learning to give back using their skills and their times and talents.
The museum will use some of the funds to kick off its arts camps this summer. Once college graduates land their first job, it's time to start thinking about a wardrobe that helps them look the part of a polished professional. But that can be tough to do on an entry-level salary. There is some good news, though. As Karen Kafa explains, workplace style is more than what you buy.
The transition from campus classroom to workplace cubicle poses many questions for recent grads. And Robin Fisher says there's one that pops up quite often.
One of the biggest questions that I get from students transitioning into the professional world are what is appropriate? You know, how should I dress? I want to succeed.
Fisher is a style and image consultant in the Washington, D.C. area. She says young people can start building a workplace wardrobe by investing in some basics. They likely have a suit from the interview process. Buy at least one more. Guys can purchase some inexpensive dress shirts in conservative colors to mix and match. Ladies, pencil skirts in black and gray can pair with less expensive tops in different colors and fun accessories. Fast fashion retailers offer options at a lower cost, but Fisher says not to overlook high-end brands, many of whom have outlet stores.
Outlets really can afford you a better quality than some of the fast fashion stores, and you can still make that work within your budget.
And just as they adapt to the company culture in other ways, take some wardrobe cues from new colleagues, and don't underestimate the power of style.
Everyone is working hard, but it's about standing out from the pack and really being able to represent your company and send the message that I'm here, I'm ready to work, and I'm ready for business at all times. And the only way that you can do that is by sending a visual representation that you're ready.
Ready for that first challenge and whatever comes next. For Consumer Watch, I'm Karen Kafa.
One of the area's best athletes is favored to win a state track championship this week. Kurt Pegler has sports right after the break.
Pontiac on the Storm Tracker Skycam Network, brought to you by Pontiac RV.
Why is my son having trouble in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with my son over his homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No. He's smart, but his mind wanders.
7 wonders of the world.
Why don't you understand me?
I do. I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
We didn't spend hours researching the perfect destination. And we didn't go snorkeling for the first time. But we did help fuel the plane that took them far away to get closer than ever. At Enbridge, we believe when the energy you invest in life meets the energy we fuel it with, beautiful things happen. Enbridge, life takes energy.
Now through May 31st, get any footlong for just $6 or less. Choose from any and all footlong favorites like the mouthwatering sweet onion chicken teriyaki, featuring the new all-white meat grilled chicken strips.
Subway got to have
I bought a ticket because he told me that something good is going to happen, and for the first time in years, he was right.
What?
Nevertheless, Carmen still believes in her husband because he still believes anything's possible.
Teamworks Auto Sales. We are the hardworking team with a great selection of high-quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs you have to see. Stop by or go online. We'll find the right vehicle for you. Teamworks Auto Sales, 1011 East Washington, East Peoria, minutes off I-74. Teamworks Auto Sales.
Now, your local sports with WYZZ's Kurt Pegler.
The Braves are off to Louisville, Kentucky. That's where Bradley will play in the NCAA Baseball Regionals on Friday. Elvis Dominguez and company packing their bags and boarding the bus for this historic trip today. Bradley's first to the NCAA since 1968. The players have somewhat returned to earth after that jubilant Monday when they got the news they were headed to the national championship field.
Being the last team announced, it kind of kept us on our toes. I mean, you've seen the video, guys with their heads down, and then we just picked up and crazy. So, I mean, that was the height of that. But, I mean, after that, that's all over. I mean, it is down to business. It's about winning games. It's about moving on after that.
Once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for everybody, you know. But, I mean, we know what we're capable of doing. We know that we're going down there. We're going down there to win games, not just going down there to have a party.
The Braves will play Michigan in the school's first NCAA tournament baseball game in 47 years on Friday. Chiefs fans getting another dose of the Cardinals center fielder John Jay, who's on his rehab stint with the Chiefs. He's playing the second of 3 games with the Chiefs tonight on that rehab assignment. He says he feels great after being out a couple of weeks with tendonitis in his wrist.
I was able to play 9 innings, and I feel great right now. I was able to run around a little bit in the outfield, run a couple of times to the wall, so that was good. And then I was able to take some swings. I saw a lot of. I saw some breaking balls, some fastballs. I was able to foul some balls off with no pain, so it was all good. It's great to see, everyone, Cardinal Nation out here. Cardinal Nation extends well beyond St. Louis, and we saw it today. 2.5 hours away, and we had a great crowd today here with great Cardinals fans.
Jay is expected to play one more game tomorrow night for the Chiefs at 7 o'clock. The White Sox, in desperate need of a win, get one in their series finale in Toronto. They blew a 3-0 lead, but they win it in the 10th when Adam LaRoche singles home Jose Abreu, who had tripled. The White Sox get an insurance run, and they beat the Blue Jays 5-3. The Cardinals trail Arizona 3-2 in the 7th inning tonight, while the Cubs trail Washington 2-0 in the 8th. We've got those highlights on WMBD Sports at 10:20. The Blackhawks have just beaten Anaheim 5-2 in their must-win Game 6 at the United Center. On tap this weekend, the boys' state track meet. Peoria Christian's Josh Kirby eyeing medals in both the Class 1A hurdles races. He says the key, be mentally tough this week.
It's a really, really big mind game when you get there, knowing that you don't have the greatest time there, but when you run against them, you get into the finals, and it's just you and them, and it's just a lot of fun.
Josh will run the state track prelims tomorrow in Charleston. More high school highlights for you on WMBD Sports at 10:20 with your WYZZ Sports. I'm Kurt Pegler.
When it comes to car dealers, there is a difference.
Take advantage of Big Dennison discount to get 0% APR financing on C-Max, Fiesta, Fusion, Taurus, and Explorer, plus $750 in competitive bonus cash.
Being there when you need us, it's all part of the Dennison Ford difference.
Ham's Furniture has been family-owned for over 40 years. We carry quality products from Ashley, Best Home Furnishings, Vaughn Bassett, and Therapeutic. With over 120 years of combined experience, our staff is sure to find exactly what you are looking for. In stock or special order, with free local delivery and setup.
Hi, I'm Russ, inviting you to come into Ham's Furniture and see what's new today.
Now is the time to save at Ray Dennison Chevrolet in Pekin during Ray Dennison's huge Memorial Day sales event. Save big on all cars, trucks, and SUVs. Save over $4,500 on select new Malibus, or lease a new Equinox for only $249 a month with no money down. And save up to $10,000 on a new Silverado Crew Cab. Don't miss great savings during Ray Dennison's huge Memorial Day sales event going on now at Ray Dennison Chevrolet in Pekin and RayDennisonChevy.com, Central Illinois' #1 volume Chevrolet dealer.
Bloomington on the Storm Tracker Skycam Network, brought to you by Geyer Roofing.
When it comes to car dealers, there is a difference.
Denison Ford always has a great selection of certified pre-owned Fords at prices to fit any budget and certified quality to provide peace of mind.
Great prices on great certified pre-owned Fords. That's the Denison difference.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
You're watching WYZZ News at 9.
Finally tonight, WTF, Photobomb, and NSFW. Phrases and acronyms you probably thought were just slang, but now they're officially part of the English language. According to Merriam-Webster, they're among 1,700 words added in the latest update to the dictionary. Many of the new entries reflect global language trends that are increasingly digital. Others reflect trends in cuisine and fashion. So good news, Chris, if you play Scrabble, you have 1,700 more words or acronyms to choose from.
And now I have a chance
to win because you don't have to spell a real word. I don't have to spell a real word.
It's always good for me.
Yeah.
When I look at numbers all day.
Why not?
Love it.
What do the numbers look like for Central Illinois?
Warm. Well, I'm down with this. Look at this. 85 degrees tomorrow, a lot of sunshine, a chance for some afternoon and evening storms on Friday. And then we are really going to be cooling it off down into the 60s for the weekend. And then hopefully the sun will come out early next week. At least that's the way it's looking right now.
All right. Not bad. Thanks, Chris. Yep. And thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. WYZZ News is available on air, online, and on the go. You can get the latest news on our website, ciproud.com, or use our app for your smartphone or tablet. Good night.